Next speaker of the night is Kayla Dupper. Kayla is a senior here at Quinnipiac University, majoring in interdisciplinary studies, as well as a 4+1 education program with a minor in psychology. Kayla is the president of the Alpha Iota Sigma Honor Society, a member of the Psi Chi Honor Society, and a member of the Best Buddies program. In her talk, Kayla will be emphasizing her passion for special education and how her purpose was found, the children she works with. So please, everyone welcome Kayla Dupper to the stage.
The first time a student said my name, it wasn't just 3 words. It was the loudest moment in the room. The student was nonverbal, and communication was different from what many of us expect. He used something called augmentative and alternative communication, or AAC. Now, I know that seems like a lot, but really it just means communicating in a different way instead of verbally speaking. Whenever I would visit my mom's special education classroom, he would walk over, sit next to me, and gently rest his head on my lap. No words, no expectations, just trust. For a while, that was our way of communicating, and honestly, it was enough. Until one day, after visiting that classroom again and again, he walked over, looked at me, said hello, and said my name. Just 3 words. Hi, Miss Kayla. At that moment, it felt like the world had completely stopped. And that moment did not just change how I saw communication, it changed how I saw intelligence. My passion for special education did not start in my own classroom. It started in my mom's. My mom is a paraprofessional, and growing up I was surrounded by her world. I heard the stories, saw the effort, and witnessed the patience it takes to support students who learn differently. When I first started visiting her classroom, I thought I would be another person in the room. I thought the students wouldn't recognize me, and to them I'd be invisible. But I quickly learned something. Communication does not always need words. It can be a presence, consistency, connection, just showing up again and again. And after a while, the students started to recognize me. They would sit next to me, communicate with me in ways I didn't know were communication at first. And that's when I learned something not everyone does. These students are working incredibly hard every single day just to be seen, to be recognized, and to succeed. When I tell people I'm going into the career of special education, I usually get one of 2 reactions. The first is, oh wow, you must be really patient. The second is, you know that's really hard, right? Sometimes people even look at me like I just told them I voluntarily signed up to climb Mount Everest, barefoot in the snow. And they're not wrong. It is hard. It's not always easy. But what people don't always see is the impact. Because my purpose is not just to teach. My purpose is to make sure these students feel welcomed in a classroom. My purpose is to redefine what intelligence looks like. Early on in my education program, I learned a word that stuck with me: differentiation. At first, it sounded like one of those classic education buzzwords professors love to put on PowerPoint slides. You know the kind. The word is bolded, there's a long definition underneath it, and everyone nods like they understand. But secretly, half the class is thinking, I'll just Google that later. But the more I worked in classrooms, the more I realized differentiation is not just a strategy. It's the heart of special education. It means helping each student succeed in a way that works for them. Because fairness in education is not giving each student the same thing. It's giving each student what they need to succeed. And that idea completely changed how I saw intelligence. For so long, we've been taught intelligence looks one way. It looks like high test scores, quick quick answers, doing things the right way. But what about the student who doesn't fit that mold? The student who communicates in a way we don't expect? A student who takes time to answer? Or a student who understands deeply, but in a way we don't immediately recognize? It's about having them feel seen, having them feel heard, having them feel understood. And that is what this is all about. One of my favorite parts about working with students is their creativity. Students love drawing pictures for their teachers, and over the years I've received some incredible artwork. So today, I brought a few. This one was given to me during my internship. You can tell this is me because I'm the tall stick figure with a giant smile, and what I'm hoping are arms, but might actually be noodles. This one is another favorite. You can see I'm very clearly labeled as teacher, which was very exciting for me, until I realized the classroom fish was labeled principal. So we're still working on the hierarchy. But these represent something bigger. They represent trust, connection, a student feeling safe enough to share something with me. And that connects back to everything. Because I always think back about that moment in my mom's classroom. A student who didn't communicate in the way that most people expect, but a student who after time, patience, consistency, said my name. Just 3 words. And that's what this is all about. Because intelligence is about potential, and it is about giving the students the opportunity to succeed in a way that works for them. And when we choose to see that, to value it, to hear it, we don't just change education, we change lives. Thank you.